Today's lesson is 10.5, factoring by difference of squares, and a mini review. So in order to factor by difference of squares, we need to talk about what perfect squares are. So definition, what is a perfect square? So a perfect square is the product of a rational number multiplied by itself. Okay, the perfect square is the product of a rational number multiplied by itself. So what are perfect squares? So perfect square is something multiplied by itself. So 1 squared means 1 times 1, which is 1. 2 squared, 2 times 2, which is 4. Okay. And so the expectation is that you have a handful of these memorized. Okay. They're essentially just a special form of multiplication facts. Okay, so up to 12 squared. So give you a little bit of time to fill those in. So again, it's what times itself. So 3 squared is 3 times 3. 4 squared is 4 times 4. Go ahead and find as many as you can without a calculator. So the rest of the perfect squares that you need to know: 3 squared is 9, 4 squared is 16, 5 squared is 25, 6 squared is 36, 7 squared is 49, 8 squared is 64, 9 squared is 81, 10 squared is 100, 11 squared is 121, and 12 squared is 144. Okay, so these are the perfect squares that we expect that you would know without a calculator. Okay. So that's one part of the information you need to know for today. The other thing is square root. Okay, square root is a number which produces a quantity when multiplied by itself. Okay, so square root and perfect square are opposites of each other, much like multiplying and dividing are opposites of each other. So for a square root, you're thinking about the opposite. So the square root of 4 is what times itself will equal 4. Well, that would be 2. Okay, what is the square root of 9? What times itself equals 9? That's 3. So the square root and perfect squares are just opposites of each other. Okay. So same thing here. Perfect square of 16 is 4. Sorry, square root of 16 is 4, square root of 25 is 5, and so forth. Okay. Go ahead and fill in the rest of your square roots.